Well, Tannen, you know, it's been a long ass time, but my God,
Yes.
not
Oh
only
my
are we
God.
back, but brand new channel, brand new. I busted my fucking ass and I built us a new studio, which we're not even using for episode 1, but we've used it. We have used it for our first Let's Play back. Man, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. Like I said when we took a hiatus, people have asked, like, why haven't you just done some episodes without Tannen, blah blah blah. Like all the other shit, the shows I've done with all my co-hosts, all due respect to everyone, I'm not doing that. It's not the same without this man, my comrade, my friend, my pal, my bud. I don't know about you, man, but on my end, the past 2 days, it seems like it's certainly been writing shit on Joe Cooper over here.
Yeah, well, we have Ophelia, now riding in here. What the fuck went down? Yeah, all of this rain and shit has definitely kind of brought a lot of stuff on our area. Not to sound like a news anchor, weather anchor here, but I don't know what they're going to be seeing here. But yeah, we definitely got hit with what was supposed to be a hurricane that hit south, and it just kind of crawled up the Chesapeake Bay like a big old slip in the dick. Take a deep breath. Here we are.
Was this fucking? Are we on season 4 now, technically, of the reset button? And already, already we're getting hashtags. Hashtag slip of the dick. So I mean,
slip of the hurricane in this case. But you know what? It seems an appropriate time to restart this. I always feel like our new year and our new first episodes are always around like right before spooky season.
yeah.
And we always do this really well.
It's not planned either. It just fucking happens.
Yeah, exactly. This years of hiatus, I mean, if only our listeners knew, we worked in a liquor store together. We had a like Dante and Randall type of fucking dynamic going on.
I think that was
I
the
worked in the pawn shop next door.
I'm pretty sure that was like the ass end of quote season 3. Like our last few episodes we actually did like almost 2 years ago now, which is crazy to think it's been that long. But I think we were in there working, so that's the last we left them.
But like so much has happened. I gotta bring it up, Travis. So now I'm involved in community theater. I am doing live stage acting. In fact, I'm doing my 3rd play this year where I am in a major role. The part that I'm playing on Broadway, Alec Baldwin just played. I know he's under a lot of heat and that's whatever, but like just the fact that I'm doing that. You got married. Holy shit.
I did. Stamped it. I stamped it. Let's not gloss over your because I know how big of a deal this is to you because we talk all the time about this and I'm so happy for you. Let's not go from the genesis, but you've been kind of ever since I've known Tannen in high school. There's something about Tannen where you can ask anyone from our class of 01, 02. I don't even remember what our class is. That's sad.
3 for me.
There you go. Oh yeah, because you're a year behind. There's always something about
you're behind you.
You could tell Tannen. Yeah, anyone listening to this episode right now has had that friend or acquaintance in life where that guy needs to be in movies or TV, and I think like Tannen's that guy for our group of friends. He's always been that, and he's really been busting his ass to get his foot in the door with some kind of. Especially in the past year, I feel like it's really kicked into overdrive with you doing this. To, get into the community theater, start the networking process, and it's definitely paying off. And I'm so happy and I'm proud of you, man. And it sucks that I haven't been able to make one yet because you said I've been married, also bought a house, and I now on my end. I have the dream job for me because I work with fucking nobody. I work by myself overnights. I'm custodian basically.
And you paid more than I do.
Yeah.
And I work in mental health now.
Right? I mean, yeah, I'm so, someday when I go to one of your things, if with your permission, of course, I'm going to try to get some footage and throw it up on the channel of your thespian-esque voyage you're on. So.
Well, this is one of the things that I did actually want to talk about. Hagerstown Magazine wants to come in while we're rehearsing.
There you go.
take photos and interview all of us. So I am stoked.
Hagerstown, Maryland,
Like,
being our hometown for those not in the know. That's what Tannen
yeah,
means.
yeah. Like, that's
It's
just
so
where we
I got
are.
to remind ourselves that too. We're so used to being on a channel with like over 2,000 subs. Now we appreciate all 13 of you, but now we have 13. So for anyone catching us now, we are from the Hibiki TMD channel on YouTube. It's still there. Go check that out. But yeah, we Tannen and Travis, we talk retro games, basically whatever we want. But the thesis, the general canon we try to go with is retro gaming, but we're fucking everywhere, all over the place. You'll get used to it. But welcome. We do appreciate you being here. Hit that subscribe down below. I mean, you're in for the long haul with some of our games of the week. I'll tell you that, especially what we've got to review this week later on.
No, I mean, I tell you, even in life, like, like I like to talk about a lot of my personal shit and who I'm with now. Like if you go back to our last channel, I have another girlfriend now. But this one is a long haul. So, and she's not annoying, guys, I promise. In fact, she doesn't even want to do commentary on our games.
I think it's safe to say between your girlfriend and my wife, I don't think either one of them are chomping at the bit to guest on the channel because my wife is super shy
not at
with
all.
that shit.
And I'm so fucking happy about it. Uh,
I kind of mixed feelings about it because my wife is super funny in her way, and I know some of the things we talk or play, she would have some great shots about, but
yeah.
it's never going to happen.
No. Me, and your wife, we've watched old movies, and she's ripped. She's got great jokes hidden in there.
I mean, you should be here lately. I mean, I guess in the what have you been watching shit we always do. So we have HBO Max, and we always see this commercial for the show Sister Wives, right? And now they're
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, so now they're knee deep
where,
in.
Like the Catholic guy is
Yes.
like being like, "Oh,
Well,
cut this part out of my kidney."
This fucking guy. Let me tell you, he looks like the singer of Nickelback now, but back then, see, we're on like season 15 now. The show started in 2010, and we decided to go all the way back because we're just tired of seeing this commercial. And the show starts out like, yeah, they're polygamous, and it's 3 families essentially, but they're happy, and we just want to see the downfall because we're hate watching because this guy is the epitome of an egomaniac. He loves the attention. It's cringe, but it's good old fashioned hate watching. You know what I mean?
Say something real quick. Not to cut you off. I was thinking of a totally different show, where like the Pope or like Bishop is in there.
That's still yeah.
And I don't know. Like,
well, you have Max, right? Do you know the commercial that I'm talking about?
I think it's a Showtime show.
Do you know the commercial?
Yeah, I do have Max, and yeah, like I have not watched that show at all though, and maybe we should.
So we're into season 3 out of 15. They're on 15 now, and it's just like the graphic is just like shattered glass. So a lot of shit's going down. But we're in the early seasons, so this shit's so mundane and boring because they're happy, right? There's no fucking drama. So right now it's easy for us to like just go make dinner while it's on. That's where we're at with it and get our little shots in at certain parts because in this incarnation of it, it's almost insufferable because you can tell in this stage of it, the directors want you to like pull for them and root for them and shit, and they're just not good people. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like good old trashy reality TV.
To revert from everything, no. Like, so my girlfriend is a huge Golden Girls fan, and that's where I think everything will be gold with us is the fact that we have Golden Girls under our belts.
Shady Pines podcast. I'm telling you, I've always wanted.
Yeah, you know what? Even my girlfriend believes that if I was a Golden Girl, I would be Blanche. So, like, she even sees me as a slut, which I like that.
I feel like I'm a Dorothy. I'm totally a Dorothy.
You're totally a Dorothy. What are you talking about?
And that's a good thing because Blanche is a terrible fucking bitch. She's so selfish.
Fuck you.
They're actually, the worst is Rose.
On the fact that Rose is the worst.
I didn't say Blanche is the worst. Rose is the worst. We agree on that. If you're watching the Golden Girls and Rose is your favorite Golden Girl, you haven't watched enough Golden Girls.
She used to be mine until like Travis actually told me that she shouldn't be.
I think it's because
huge rant about how she's a sociopath. And it was like, oh my god.
I think it's because when we were kids watching it, I've thought about this actually, which is sad. When you watch this as a kid, Rose is like the cartoon character because she's dumb as fuck. She's
Well, she's always
bumbling.
the victim. She's always the
Yeah.
victim, even when she does something wrong.
But and if you take notes, she's so how many fucking seasons and episodes does this woman just shoehorn in pets without asking her 3 other roommates? Pigs, fucking dogs, fucking, you know what I mean? That's not cool.
Also, sociopathically tries to control them. Like, oh no, I'm the weakest.
Yeah.
Don't hit me. And it's just like, oh, Rose, I'll slap you silly.
Well, the case in point, the episode where they get all the ferrets because they want them to start having, or the minks, and they want the minks to mate so they can sell the fur, and they find out they're too old. The girls all agree, well, we'll just cut our losses, but we got to send them back. And Rose's like, we're not sending them back. I called them and told them we're keeping them without asking any of you. Like, shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Get out of my house.
For fucking years,
Yeah.
I have seen this fake SNES game version of Golden Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you and I program it?
Program it?
Yeah, like, let's just make let's make it. You can't pick the characters, okay? Like, each level, somebody has to do something.
I feel like the early levels should be like flashbacks.
I think the Dorothy levels would be the best ones that we can develop, because that'll be her flashbacks.
Yeah.
To like being part of the Mafia. And the next thing you know, like, we just take like Alien 3 but clone it. And so she's got like a Tommy gun and she's just
Can we take
through,
out
like, the streets of Chicago?
I love it, but I have one request. Can we take out the timer that was in Alien 3 and then you got a deal?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Oh, take all the time you want, Dorothy. Kill everything.
Take all the time you want in your Twilight years.
She has to kill every fucking enemy, and then she can get to the exit.
Man, this
fucking great.
I don't know if this squeaky ass rocking chair has been picking up on this episode, but if it has, I'll try to remain completely still for the remainder. Lesson learned.
There's got to be another episode, though, where, like, you are playing as, like, Blanche, and, like, Rose is trying to get a hold of a bird.
See, would you
design squeeze it too tight?
Would you design the game more for it to be like a Turtles game where pick your girl, or see, I would design it more as you're just Dorothy.
I'm looking at Home Alone 2 here.
Ooh.
It's shitty, but like also Alien 3. In Alien 3 especially for Dorothy. Or not for Dorothy, like, come on, man. Jesus, I lost it. Sophia, yeah. Sophia's running around and it was Chicago or New York. Sicily, picture it. And she's just got a Tommy gun and she's just going around killing gangsters. And fucking, like, her flashbacks are making sure that her husband's still alive.
See, now you're bringing up Sophia and the Sophia and Dorothy chemistry. I'm picturing a boy and his blob, but you're Dorothy helping Sophia, and like Sophia help you solve the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's good shit. Or now you want me, when you say the Tommy gun, I'm thinking Smash TV, but you're just like the Golden Girls. It's an overhead shooter.
No. I really want it to be side-scrolling like Alien 3 from SNES. You just take it all, but it looks like a big warehouse. And it's her, and she's just with a Tommy gun fucking shit up. And she's got to save her husband who's tied up. Picture it.
Or her son, Sylvester Stallone. She has to save him. Stop him, my mom will shoot. Tannen, the Nintendo Direct went down the other week.
It did.
What'd you think?
And I'm actually happy about it. They give us so much, but so little in return. Adopt a Nintendo today. I liked it. To the fact that they're even including Paulina from Donkey Kong as a kart racer. Like, holy shit.
This is the last batch, too, of DLC.
Yeah, I honestly think that if they do the next gen Is it going to be called Mario Kart 8? Are they finally going to say, this is
Nah.
Mario Kart 9 Double Dash, bitches?
Yeah, we're just going
Because
9, I feel like.
like what I wanted with the upgrade on Mario Kart was a double dash system. Fans are clamoring for it, and to be honest, like the double dash system was great.
I agree.
And I've been arguing this now for 10 fucking years. And so like why Paulina though? Like
Because they're running out
uh
of fucking characters in a way.
yeah, maybe in a way, but like
At least
I don't
Mario
know. Like
Universe
we
characters.
okay, so we haven't talked even since the Mario movie came out. What did you think about that? I loved it,
I
by the
own the
way.
Ultimate Edition Blu-ray in my shelf in there.
So do I.
I
Oh my
fucking love
god.
that movie. It was so good. I'm jealous because you saw the new fucking Turtles movie, which I've yet to see, which I've heard nothing but good things about.
It hits in the right places. It
But
makes me want to buy action figures again.
but
But I do have
I
like
know we're on the Nintendo Mario subject, but I just did want to bring up that you did see the new Turtles.
gotcha. Yeah, you were. Thank
And
you
dude,
for keeping me
speaking
on
of those
track.
figures, like we were talking about them, I gave in and I got the new retro line that's out in like Walmarts and stuff now. It's a steal at $10 actually. I got the Raffaellos on my wall. I couldn't help it.
So I have the Foot Soldier, I have Batwing, I have Krang, and I have Splinter so far.
Which
Um,
fucking Walmart are you going to? So I know not to go to that one because I
not
don't need you
Garland
getting them
Grove,
all, huh?
not Garland Grove, but the other one,
I go to the
Sherwood
West
Pipeline.
Virginia one. We drive all the way out Spring Mills.
Wow. Well, you should come home.
You know which figures I hated even as a kid? They're actually in that line. I saw them at Walmart. Are the pizza shooter figures? I hated those as a kid. They're awkward.
Okay. Here's what got me when they first came out. It was Linz and I like when we went to a brewery that's right next door, Thick and Thin. And then I was just like, they introduced these Playmates figures. I gotta go over there. And all that was left was Splinter and the original like cartoon foot soldier. And I was like, I'm buying these. I don't give a fuck. And then when I went back, I got Batwing. Oh, I also have Dirtbag.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I don't have
Do you have Stingray Ray in this re-release line? Is he one of them?
yeah. I think he's in there.
Oh, I loved
Where's
him.
Bebop? Where's Rocksteady? I'll send you a link to it though. Amazon exclusive is coming out with a fucking like okay, as a kid, and I used to brag I had every figure. I'm full of shit. I didn't have the suit for Krang, the human suit.
Yeah,
Um,
I did. I had it,
they
and then
shut the fuck up.
nope, you're gonna get even madder at me. I used to play with it in my backyard, and one time I think like my grandparents like dinner's ready or some shit in the summertime, and me and my brother just ran in like little assholes. You know how you just leave your toys? My dog chewed him because I left him. And I actually got my ass beat for that because he was like one of my big Christmas gifts. So if it makes you feel better, I did get hit for it.
So, no, all of that hurts me.
I was like fucking 8. What do you want?
I know, like all of it. You neglected it, and then Nelson was like, "God damn it!"
Well, because when you're a kid, you're never like, oh, this could be a collectible. You're just thinking like, go
Cost me
buy another
40
one.
fucking goddamn dollars.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
no,
Let's get back on
like
the Nintendo Direct.
everybody listening, by the way, like Travis and I go so much far back that Nelson yelled at me one time in front of my mother, and my mother pushed me out of the way and goes, "I need that fucking guitar amp right now." And he bowed down like a fucking like, oh my god, like, and my mom is 4 foot nothing. He's 6 foot something, and so like a form of respect formed right there.
So yeah, Nelson
You
was
go
my
up there,
grandfather. For anyone who doesn't know,
huh?
basically, I'm saying Nelson was my grandfather growing up, who raised me. That you were around numerous
Yeah.
times.
Oh, no, he was a good man. He was a good man, but God, he was pissed that day. And
We'll tell that story one day, one special
yeah.
retro episode. Let's wrap up the direct talk though, real quick. Let's get back on track. I know it kicked off.
Oh yeah, I just want to point out today is Mark Hamill's 72nd birthday, and also Captain Planet turned 33 today.
It's a
Is
terrible
he
show.
still protecting the planet from pollution? I don't fucking know. Uh,
As a kid, it was so badass, but that was one of those shows that just aged so piss poor. It does not hold up at all.
Ooh, that's a kid. This form of voice definitely moves through you. I fucking love Mark Hamill so much, and who knew that at the age of 40 he would have been one of the best Batman villains ever.
What a detective in the Guyver. Just incredible performance. Man. Him and Jimmy Dynamite Walker in that movie. That's classic.
Oh shit, you're really dipping.
No, what can you really say about Mark Hamill? Guy's a fucking legend. You know what? He sticks true to his guns. His word is his bond. When he didn't like some of the direction, the story was being written for the newer Star Wars movies, he made it be fucking known. That's major balls on Mark Hamill.
That's not how Luke would be. That's not how Luke would act.
Plus, he's the goddamn Joker. The perfect. I can never. In a way, you ruined the Joker for me because I can never really take anyone seriously doing that voice. Besides, even Cesar Romero, I put Mark Hamill above the Joker.
You can't take my Joker seriously.
You know what I mean, though. I mean, when I think of that voice, I mean, you're doing Hamill. You're still doing Hamill.
Oh yeah.
Tannen as Mark Hamill. Yeah. I'm just saying he's like the epitome.
Your house and smoke your children.
Exactly.
It just so insane and so unintended batshit.
Yeah. Very, very happy. How old is Mark?
Do me from wall to wall. You can't stop me.
So good.
And it really
How old is Mr. Hamill?
72. So I would like him to do the voice at least one time, just a soliloquy, especially after Conroy's death.
There's other reasons too to really admire Mark Hamill because, in a way, it all could have ended early because that was the automobile accident he was in or motorcycle accident. He had surgery on his face, was all fucked up. You know what I mean? Like he was.
Oh, we could have lost him real easy.
And I feel like Hollywood's so shallow. He would have been a bigger deal and not been so typecast if it wasn't for it. Kind of messed his face up a little bit and didn't make him the most photogenic. But shout out to him for making such a great life after Star Wars with the Joker, like we said.
No. Even with his accident, though, you know what? It makes sense with Star Wars. He is Luke Skywalker. He will always be Skywalker, and a hero to me. I fucking love that man. Hands down. He's taking time every now and again to message me. So did Kevin Conroy when it came to voice acting and what you should do. And I'm talking 10 years ago. Just kind of a mentor. And with it, push yourself. Go ahead and fucking act. Get on stage. Do your shit. And, this with what I'm doing, I'll go ahead and say it. I'm in a production of Orphans, which the part that I'm playing, Alec Baldwin is the most recent player to do this on stage, and I'm playing this part.
Well, just double check the barrels this time, though, Tannen, please. Christ.
I was about to ask you to not make jokes about that.
Well, you're on the wrong show for that. I don't know what to tell you. I can't imagine what he's going through.
I don't think he shot that person on purpose. Um, at all. Who does? Who
Yeah.
would shoot somebody on purpose?
I
And
mean, I mean, cold-blooded killers, but I don't think he's a cold-blooded killer. I think it was
no,
it was a genuine
I
accident.
don't think Alec Baldwin is a cold-blooded killer at
No,
all.
I think he's
He's
an
an actor.
asshole. I think he treats his kids like fucking shit, and he's an asshole. But I don't think he's a cold-blooded killer, and I think it was an accident. I totally think it was an
Um,
accident.
but at the end of the day, he's a fucking actor, and I don't think he intentionally tried to fucking kill
No, he
somebody.
didn't. He
You
didn't.
know, God forbid if it was Mark Hamill, would be like, "Ooh, look at this loaded gun."
To bring to round all the cattle back in though, the long way. I think it will be called Mario Kart 9. I think it's just going to be plain and simple. I totally agree with you. I love the double dash gimmick. It should have come back long before now. It should have actually stayed. It should have just never gone away.
Yeah, no, it was great.
It added way
Um,
more strategy and depth for me. But I think the hate for it is 50-50. So it's always wishy-washy. It could go either way, I feel like. Because as many people
who
love
do
it as many
you
hate it.
talk to that feels that it's 50-50?
I've not just people that I'm friends with personally, but I've seen a lot of shit just on like social media and shit like that, on message boards, on YouTube comments. A lot of people hate that game, and I don't get it, but I'm just saying there is hate for it. It's unfounded. I think that's a situation where people are just trying to bitch to bitch. Now, I can go back and play the original for SNES, and I'm not a huge fan of that one, and I think that's fair because a lot of shit's aged terribly from the very first one. But I think they had definitely perfected fucking the drift and shit by Double Dash. It didn't get perfected at 8, guys.
They kept the same physics though.
Well, see, a lot of
That's the
people.
thing.
I'm also. I love 64. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of good times with that game, but to compare that
No, but
drift,
you got a lot of people humping that shit.
right?
And you know what? No, we was terrible. And I'm sorry, y'all can attack me on it. Mario Kart Wii was fucking horrible. Fine, I said it. You know what? It's out there. Um,
Yeah, it was okay if you
like the
turned
only
off motion.
the only re-promotion that you got was even Smash Brothers in those levels. Shut the fuck up. Wii
Yeah,
was horrible.
it was a step. I don't
Um,
know if it was horrible, but it was a step back from Double Dash as far as evolution.
it was a definite step back, and then you had Wii U. And with Wii U, you got like it was a rebirth.
Yeah,
It was a HD N64 basic version, but the physics hit. I mean, whatever. Those drifts were fucking perfect, and you could
yeah.
go into those. But see, then you still had the kids that were so upset because it doesn't feel like the Wii. I don't know. Then shut the fuck up. Like I don't play the original SNES version, you little shits.
I
And
think
now we
that's one
got
thing Nintendo's also proven with every Mario Kart game, Tannen, even on the GBA and shit. No two Mario games feel the same. They all feel tight, but they all feel different in their own little way. Every fucking single one of them, I feel like.
little fucking ways though is the thing. So like no, the GBA version definitely feels like the SNES version in a way. In a
Yeah,
way, the GBA version, what I liked about it was it was like the N64 version met the
yeah.
GB or met the SNES version. You had these two touching physics.
Super
But
Circuit does not get enough love at all. That's a great
it
game.
doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. But however, the Wii U, you had Mario Kart 8 all of a sudden, and I don't know. Mario Kart 8 physically felt perfected,
It did. It's great. It's the
but
best one.
but no, it's not.
I think it
Double
is.
Dash was great because you could have somebody riding on your back, and like it would change the. Have you ever ridden on a motorcycle?
Yes.
Okay, it felt like that. Like it felt like you could switch the weight in an instant to get through a turn. and
Right,
then
but
blast your way on a straight edge and then flip to get that drift. That's where Double Dash really had the it had back wheel fucking physics.
right, but in my opinion, see, but 8 took that. Yeah, you take that out, but 8 had a plethora of perfect tracks. You had options to be karts, bikes, whatever. You can totally customize all your shit. I just think as far as a total package, 8 as a whole is the
If they would
best.
add the fucking Double Dash system to it, you could actually make it even more challenging and better.
I think as far as getting your money's worth and replayability, I think there's way more replayability in 8, even though there's a ton in Double Dash. Don't get me wrong, I love them both, but I'm just slightly, and I'm just saying slightly putting 8 above it, and that's just for there's just more.
I'm saying with predictability and the fans crying out, Nintendo's gonna bring back Double Dash system.
It should happen. I mean, it should. If it doesn't, it should, and it's bullshit. It doesn't. What you know? What else is bullshit is they even opened the direct with the announcement of the remake. Speaking of GBA, Mario versus Donkey Kong. I feel like literally the only person in the world hyped for this. I played the shit out of that on the GBA. I love that fucking game, and this looks fantastic. And nobody's talking about it, Tannen. Why won't you talk about it?
Okay, you wanna give me you want my 2 cents on it? So,
Yeah.
okay, you're gonna laugh. All Good 2008, a hippie festival. I'm wandering around this desert, fucking goddamn. There's dust everywhere. I just want air conditioning, and I look up. There's a Nintendo fucking truck. And I'm like, what? And yeah, you know what, kids? I'm gonna go
Truck.
ahead and admit it.
Like a
I
like a
was
tractor trailer truck?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm 3 hits on acid. I'm gonna go to this Nintendo truck. And like all my friends are like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, it says Nintendo, I'm going. And they're all like, cool, we'll see you at the show. I get in line, I get in there, it's fucking air conditioned. There's loungy chairs and there's DS's. And this girl walks up and she's just like, hi, would you like to try out like the new Nintendo game that we're doing? It's Donkey Kong versus Mario. And I was like, I would love to sit down. So I sat on this beanbag style chair for like an hour, pulled myself down, kind of felt like I was like home. I'm on a shit ton of hallucinogenics. I really don't feel like, I'm exactly at home. But at the same time, like, I'm at home. I just want to live in here. And, like, hey, you've been here an hour. We got to hand it off. Oh, okay. All right. And as I'm walking out, they hand me a baggie of some shit. I wish I would have kept the goodie baggie because I definitely like stumbled out of it and walked. After a while, like dropped in my hand because I found something else. But holy God, like I went into it was all good, all good. Like
All
it
good
was a
festival
huge,
for those not in the know.
yeah. It was a huge fucking festival, and Nintendo had a truck there that was air conditioned. And man, like, yeah, they saved my life. They sent me out with a bottle of water and was like, what do you think of our game? And interviewed me for a second. I was like, 5 stars. I will play that game. I'll go back in it, but you can't go back in and
You
play the
can't go
game.
back in.
But I want to play it.
At that point,
Yeah, but
it's so fucking hot at those festivals. Even if the games are like Amiibo Festival and fucking like Mario Party 10, you're going in there because it's air conditioned.
yeah, I want to go back. I want to go back. Fuck
Oh
that.
God, Mario
No,
Party
I
10.
don't want to see Railroad Earth right now. It's 110 degrees. I don't.
But no, I love this little puzzler game, and I'm definitely going to get me the remake. I'm hyped for it. Let's talk about the big one, at least for guys like you and me, especially you. The Paper Mario stuff they showed, Tannen.
Thousand Year Door was something that I screamed about. Well, okay, like let's just kind of rewind some things. So I bought a Nintendo Mini years ago and recently beat Super Mario RPG again. And then they told us we're getting a Super Mario RPG remake. And I'm like, God, yeah, I have it. But I have to do this. I have to. I have to. For Smash Brothers reasons, like, why can't they go ahead and give us, like, what's wrong? Um, but I did it, and you know what, though? I'm in the middle of Paper Mario for N64, and it's the only Paper Mario game that I play without my 64 controller. Um, eh, and I love the game. I love all of this. I love the dialogue. Um, but what's ruining it for me is the fact that uh, spoken dialogue. I guess.
Yeah,
A thousand year door to get that. So the last time I went to the game store and like viewed a copy of it, it was $139.
it's fucking ridiculous.
So for them to announce it, like, really means a lot. But what's Nintendo gonna do? Is it gonna be 50? I really feel like, honestly, if Nintendo's really doing their thing. They haven't announced a price yet, but $30 would be great. I'm about to beat Paper Mario, and Thousand Year Door is one thing too. I never made it to the end of it.
I can see it being minimum 50 right now. A, because it's Mario, and B, because it's fucking Nintendo. Their first party title. Especially with cult diehard fan bases like this one. They're going to milk it for 50, I feel like, as long as they can out of the gate.
Yeah, but RPG is supposed to be 40.
But that's not Mario. That's $10 tax, brother. Throw Mario on there. Come on. That's what they do.
RPG is still Super Mario RPG is still Mario. I don't know. I don't know what they're
But is
gonna
it a
do.
it's not a full on remake like this.
Yeah, that's true. Thousand Year Door is just a re-release.
Yeah.
Whereas RPG it's a remake. But I'm hoping it opens up the door to Nintendo opening up their minds. Like, you ever watch those like Real Engine, fans that made
The Mario
fucking
stuff.
Ocarina of Time
I saw the
and,
Mario
and
one. Yeah.
the Ocarina of
They'll
Time though
design.
one is still mind blowing. Like,
Yeah, it is.
and it's just like you could attack this dude or you could hire him. I say hire him.
I say hire him for sure. Another tidbit that nobody's talking about. I don't really care either way. I don't know how you've ever felt about the series. They showed a new Prince of Persia briefly coming out.
Yeah, I saw that too. It looks like a clone of basically the Batman game that they did.
Bless you.
Sorry. But the Batman game that they did. Um Blackgate.
Yeah.
And I saw a mirror to mirror on this in Blackgate and I feel like it's the same map.
Yeah.
Even. No, like seriously, run it 2x2. It's fucking uncanny.
I'm actually shocked that there's still a market for this series and they're still making them.
Who, Prince of Persia?
Yeah.
Um,
I
It's
I've never met a diehard Prince of Persia. Like I meet people all the time like, yeah, I love the one on GameCube, Sands of Time, but I never really played it. That's usually the standard response. I love Sands of Time,
yeah,
but never really played any
that's
of it.
always the standard.
Yeah. So who's this
But
for?
the 2D based one is like nobody wants it.
Yeah.
um,
There's also Splatoon 3 DLC, like a single player campaign or something, I guess. Splatoon three's buzz, I don't think is nearly what Nintendo hoped it would be, but two's wasn't either because you drop support so fucking fast in this series. You cancel Splatfest way early. I don't know if they have in 3 yet. I never picked up 3. But I do love Splatoon. I think it's a great game, a great series. It's just I always feel like there should be more hype on this series. I know there is a good community for it, but I feel like it should be bigger at the end of the day.
yeah.
Those are quality games.
Um, you know what though? Like as far as
Real
Prince of
quick, for
Persia
anyone
goes,
about to come at me in comments, there's a difference also between being a bestseller and having a buzz. And Tannen, you know the difference, and that's what I mean. Like, you could sell a million games, but if the community isn't thriving, I mean, that's more or less what I mean.
well,
So,
that's what I was starting to get in on here though. So Lucas Arts, and Disney, has started to use that lately. So Disney. Oh, we shut down LucasArts, but let's go ahead and re-wake them up. Dark Forces is one that I want to point out. A DOS game that I feel very much love about. But now there's
PS1 also.
rumors that X-Wing and TIE Fighter are going to get hardcore remakes. And a beloved character, which we've seen it before with Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle, Sam and Max are supposed to get a cool full revamp.
Nice.
Um, this is spoken from somebody from not Take Two, but somebody similar, and they're reanimating Sam and Max. And oh my god, I love those fights. Did you ever fucking finish Full Throttle? I remember I challenged you to it,
I
but
never finished Full Throttle, but I definitely played it. I never actually played Sam and Max. Speaking of these LucasArts point and click shits, I wish they would go back and tackle the Indiana Jones one. That's what I'd like to see.
well, that's the new thing. After the failure of the name, which I saw in the theater, I really liked Dial of Time. By the way, I
Ooh,
thought
that's a hot take. I haven't seen it, but
it.
I've heard nothing but bullshit about it. Like it's awful. There's a first hot
I
take of the
loved it.
season. I love it. I'm taking my shirt off, Tannen.
Yeah, I actually loved it. Yeah, spoiler alert. Can I do that?
Let's give them guys. Skip ahead in about how long you think you're gonna go here?
5 minutes.
Skip 5 minutes ahead,
So,
starting now. Spoiler. All right.
spoiler alert. So, like, they crash land in this Greek battle. Once the tile works. And Indy's like, just leave me here to die. Um, because he's finally gone back in time. And his chick is like, no, I'm not leaving you. We gotta, I felt like Indy. Like, you're like, no, fuck off. I want to stay here. This is everything that I've wanted to know. Fuck you and fuck the world. And the artist person comes back to him with the dial, and he has the dial in hand as well, which grants him to go back in time to where he needs to be. But yeah, like Indy wanted to die in this 331 BC point of just watching shit go down. Like this is it. Like I've dug so far, and I'm seeing it happening.
Yeah.
Leave me. Um, I hated the ending because Marion comes back and they're divorced, but then they're back together.
Is
I
it
hate
Karen
it.
Black?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. She's back. But I fucking just hated that. I when they got the dial to work back, where it would create the conundrum to travel back to modern time. Fuck it, just leave him. Leave him. He's there. He's where he wants to be. Um,
Karen Black just can't leave well enough alone, can she?
well, Karen Black wasn't there. It was their daughter
Oh.
that is just like, no, you need to come back with me, and it's just like, no, like leave him, leave him. He's 74 years old. Fucking leave him. And if a big hairy ape man joins him and says, "You look like somebody I knew 300 years ago," you know, the Millennium Falcons crash over here. It would keep in continuity with the other comic books, um, where, uh,
Are they safe from the
fuck it,
spoiler at this point?
huh?
Are they safe from spoilers at this point? You think they're good?
Well, no,
Oh,
no,
I didn't know
not
if
at
you
all.
tail ended that with that little
But
tied the
like
bow on it.
Chewbacca would have crashed the Millennium Falcon into Earth, found him as an old man. It'd be like, oh my God, you look like my friend. Let's try to restart this shit. And they would have died together. And then years later, Indy would have found them. It's one of the most heartbreaking tales I feel like that an alternate universe threw in, where Han and Chewie crashed on Earth, and Han died, and Indy found him, but he was supposed to be Bigfoot. Um,
And that's how the legend of Bigfoot started.
it makes me tear up. 'Cause,
Well, let's
yeah.
cheer Tannen up. I think we're safe on spoilers. Let's talk about. I think one more thing is fair to say because we've gone a while before we get to our game of the week. Tannen, Mortal Kombat 1 has come out, and god damn it, I refuse.
Don't get it for Switch. Do
Yeah,
not get it
I
for
was just about to
Switch.
say. I was just about to say I was tempted because I do not have a
Who made a
PS5.
mistake? I did.
Well,
This looks horrible. This is
apparently,
the most terrible fucking fighting game I've ever look. When Mortal Kombat 11 came out for Switch 5 years ago, I was fucking like, okay, cool. And yeah, it looked like shit. But when you got it, the cutscenes looked like shit. But the fighting was fluent.
what did you see the
And it
did you see the video clip? The creator of it was Ed Boon put out a clip. He promised to the fans to fix the issues like last week. Yeah, it was Ed Boon. He said the
I don't
Switch issues will be fixed soon.
I don't fucking buy it.
It's as far as if the gameplay works and we get fucking fluent resolution and it's fine, I can live with
Someone
these
fucking
melted graphics like
detection hitting. That's all I want. I want combat to be combat. Uh, and Mortal Kombat 11 delivered that on the Switch. The cutscenes looked like shit, but the fighting was fluent. Fluent. Like it still worked. This is this is an insult to the system.
I
It's
actually I, go ahead.
I'm I'm just saying it's an insult. I fucking hate this sport. I fucking hate this sport so goddamn much. I've already given it away. Fuck this fucking port. I have never hated a game so fucking much. Um, it, it's just terrible. I want to play, but here's the thing: I want to play it on my PS4. I want to play
Yeah.
it on my Xbox
That's what.
One.
See, that's what I don't get. You can port it to the fucking Switch, but us and a lot of people have yet to upgrade to PS5. Shocker, because of shortage of parts, prices.
And they're like, yeah, it's a marketing thing.
It
It's a
is.
fucking marketing thing.
Actually, I have it pulled up right here. The quote from Ed Boon. It was with BBC Newsbeat. Ed Boon says it will absolutely be getting an update, and a number of the concerns of issues that we had come up with will absolutely be addressed. It would have been ideal for us to release the version that we wanted, but anything that we're finding a problem with is on our list and going to get fixed. And if you can't see Tannen, I'm doing in the air jack off. I'm coming on my ceiling. Yada yada yada. They fucked up. They know they fucked up. I saw this coming a billion miles away. Look what we went through with WWE 2K18 on the Switch. This sometimes it just doesn't fucking work, and you just gotta cut your losses. You're maybe just not gonna get a port this time.
Why didn't they offer a PS4 or Xbox One version though?
Who knows, man? Who the fuck knows? But this, as far as the Switch version, has been a disaster. But the PS5 and other versions, I've seen nothing but praise. My good buddy Rob, our artist behind our amazing logo here, Broken Optics, he's been playing it. He said it's pretty damn good. I think he likes 11 better because 11 was really good. But yeah, I mean,
11 was fucking awesome, especially after the fixes. But no.
I guess one day we'll play it when we've upgraded.
When we upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never been a big input fight. Like, I love Mortal Kombat, but you know me. I've always been the Street Fighter guy. Now, I did, since we recorded, I have picked up Street Fighter 6. I've actually, when I said at the beginning of this episode that it's certainly raining shit on Joe Coop Cooper, the reason we're on this channel is because Google two-factor authentication is a bunch of bullshit. It fucks you, especially if your old phone gets damaged and destroyed. Not only am I locked out of our old channel, I'm locked out of my PSN account right now. So I'm scratching and crawling, and I've been on 3-hour customer service day at PlayStation. Fucking nothing I can do. Everything's sent to, two-factor my other email. It's fucking horse shit. Thank God I got a Switch. I guess I'll be playing that a lot more now. But I'm definitely, I'm not thrilled with modern gaming this week, to be so I'm glad that it's time to talk some retro, Tannen, with our first game of the week back that you picked that we played right here last week. You know what? At the beginning, I was kind of grunting and I was huffing and puffing. I was like, God damn it, Tannen. But at the end of it, I didn't hate Blues Brothers for SNES like I thought I would.
No, and we both decided that. Ooh, wait for my next selection.
Well, it's my turn this week.
Yeah,
Joke's on you.
Oof. We'll flip it.
So, developed by Titus, the company that made the infamous Superman 64, released in 91. It was about the fucking Blues Brothers, the game nobody asked for of any age, I feel like. You see it right here on the channel.
I think we had a good time playing it. I don't know. It was a decent platformer. At the end of the fucking day, it was okay. I don't know where in Blues Brothers universe that had anything to do with anything.
I know one thing. Mice hate Jim Belushi. Mice and bats and all rodents hate blues music in general.
Well, if the title of the book was Of Mice and Jim Belushi, things might have changed.
So I feel like the first part of the game, the stage is like Joe and Mac reskinned that we said. That's what it totally reminded us of. Then you go to stage 2, and it's just this dark, depressing Alien 3 type game with ladders and chains and metal and fucking... You're in some factory full of death.
But not so much. Like, Alien at least had levels that you had to go to stations. This was straight up. You get to one end of the level, you drop down, you go to the other end, you drop.
Well, this was also that classic...
like it was designed by somebody who couldn't design a Mario Maker.
this was that weird fucking era, the 16-bit era platformers, where this is one of those cases where it's a side scroller, but it's I'm up, I'm down, I'm left, I'm right. It's a hybrid of a linear, non-linear game, and for me, this style rarely fucking worked. It worked for like Earthworm Jim. It worked in certain types, but at the end of the day, like
Super Star Wars 2 is something I would compare it to.
yeah, I could see that's a great comparison. I could see that. But as like the games that frustrated me with this style, like Wayne's World, for SNES, where just the backgrounds are so confusing. There's a bit of that here. I wouldn't say this is quality, but I don't consider this game dog shit. I feel like collectors. I mean, why not? It's good for a laugh when you got a buddy over. You could do way worse than putting this on your shelf. You know.
Yeah. I really like. I thought I picked a shitty game, but I definitely picked a shitty game when based off of a movie. I will agree with that.
You have this
But
fixation on third-party pieces of shit. There's something about those games you just can't help yourself. If it's a
I can't.
movie and it was 1993 and it was a game, we're playing it basically.
Hey, we haven't done Beethoven's second yet.
No, we have. What would you grade this out of on a letter grade? What would you grade Blues Brothers for SNES?
Out of 5,
Out of 5.
I'd give it a 3.
Even those are
Most
numbers.
definitely.
I'd give it a 2.5. The attempt was definitely there. You can tell that they wanted it to work. Just it was. Oh, we didn't mention it was one of those. It felt slippery as fuck too. That didn't help it.
Yeah. No, it felt like an ice level the entire time.
Like I said, for
Uh,
collectors to get this complete, I've seen it go for anywhere from $32 to $325. Just pick your scammer the best you can, I guess. There is a Super Famicom version of this, which is fucking insane to me. They even know what Blues Brothers is in Japan. I feel like they did.
Europe, but
So before I tell everyone what I pick for our next game of the week, something we haven't actually got to talk about here since I've done it. We're not only going to have a video when Tannen comes over for that week's Game of the Week Let's Play, we're also going to do individual Let's Plays. I did a solo one with the WCW N64 mod Feel the Bang, which is fantastic. I don't know Tannen what Tannen's got picked, but Tannen's got a solo ep coming up this week, so look for that. And we'll just, we'll talk about them real quick here each week. As far as the Feel the Bang mod, it's No Mercy. I'm not going to get too much into wrestling, but if you love No Mercy, I feel like those Aki games for N64, Chan, and you especially, you didn't have to know shit about wrestling to love playing those games. They're just so fun. They still hold up. And this is just an updated version of the sequel WCW never made. So it's as simple as that. It plays great, looks great, sounds great.
what I like about the wrestling games, especially, is always the customization of characters. Um, it the customization of characters that any wrestling game has made is really up there with the quality of like Soul Calibur. Um, I mean the entire Venture Brothers cast at one point because I got so obsessed with Soul Calibur 4. Um,
I love Force so much.
oh god,
Fucking
the
Yoda.
mighty monarch. uh, it when it comes to customer characterization, one of my favorite things, you did this though. I'll never forget going over to the house. You made Joe Place like a juggernaut of invincibility. He was just running around, killing everybody, but being the skinniest little bitch. You always make me so fucking weak, and all I do is stand there in the ring and talk shit, get the shit kicked out of me. And then, but then there's Joe Boyce, who is, like, fucking invincible. How do you get your ideas for characters?
Come on, I threw Joe a bone. Let Joe have his bone. It's virtual land. You remember when I would make Zach Tribbett? I'd make him like 6'8" with a giant mohawk, like this ogre guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was that guy who literally made all
You
my
always
friends on
made me a
PS2.
weak bitch. You've always made me weak. I went in there. I rewatched that one match It's like, there's Tannen. I don't really know what he's doing.
Oh, the
I'm just
Fire Pro
thrusting my
match.
pelvis all
You
around.
you got squashed in like 9 seconds.
Yeah.
See,
like,
but for
fuck
those
you,
matches,
man.
that wasn't even me. For the Fire Pro, I did simulation. That wasn't even me playing. So that's insane. I guess I had your stats down
programmed
that
the
low.
simulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you made me terribly weak and just talking shit the whole time. Just to get beat up.
Maybe this year's
Lindsay
the
and
year
I
that I
watched
make you
that,
moderate.
She was just like, you need to talk to him about that because it's fucked up.
Maybe this year's the year I make you moderate, Tannen. Maybe it'll happen.
Well, yeah, you know what? You fuck your maybes, man. Make it happen.
Fine. Christmas is coming. We'll give you a mid-card title.
I am Christmas, bitch.
Chris, are you ready to hear my game of the week or not, fucker? So,
Sure.
like I messaged you, put a lot of thought into this, and I'm going to say this smoothly and sweetly, because all you've been going through, you've been plugging away your passion right now in life. I thought of taking us to a magical time. Judy, the 1920s, when it was magic in Hollywood, and Judy Garland and Clark Gable. I want to go back in honor of your thespian era and play Pink Goes to Hollywood on the SNES. Pink Panther in the movies. You're Pink Panther in the movies. Come on. Let's do it.
All right. We'll do that. Hey, you know what you should do?
What?
I want you to play L.A. Noire.
I don't have that game.
I'll give it to you.
All right. I'll play it. If you let me borrow it, yeah.
But here's the challenge. I want you to purposefully answer every question wrong.
Why? What happens? Oh, don't tell me. I have to find out on my own, I guess.
Yeah, I want you to accuse them first and be like, "Look, you old hag, we're gonna have less of time." Oh, and then you composure. Well, I think you're the one that fucking drowned her.
Oh, so be all the evil answers, basically.
Yeah, I want you
So play
to
Mass
arrest,
Effect, but be a dick, basically.
I want you to arrest all the old ladies.
You could do that? All
Oh,
right.
you son of a bitch.
I should have played
And
LA
then I
Noir
want
way
you to
sooner.
go around and free round and just I don't know, go
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto and shoot people. Now Grant, they're like, oh, we're gonna throw you in jail. We'll let you back out. But you can still walk out and punch somebody in the face. I want you to make Cole Phelps into a horrible person.
Oh, you're going down, Cole Phelps. I'll try my best.
LAPD's best, man.
Well, it's about to be there. It's about to be there, Martin Riggs.
You're gonna grab a woman by the hair for no reason and shove her to the street and just beat her. And
Also, I'm Shia LaBeouf. Speaking of Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be horrible. I want you to be a horrible person within the LA Noire universe.
Well, you know what hasn't been horrible, Tannen? It's so fucking motherfucking good to have you back, to have the show back.
Dude, it's good to talk to you two and be here. Holy shit.
It took 4 months of getting the studio proper ready. That's really the only thing that was really delaying us, guys, was just getting all this ready. But we're back in the fold like Too Cold Scorpio. We're ready to fucking go. The reset button's back. Please get the word out, like I said at the beginning of this. Need to get it back strong again with as many subscribers as we can, because there's nothing worse than losing everything you worked 8 years for. Not to be a little bitch about it, but it sucks. But we'll get there one day, Tannen. Until then, my man.
You're such a little bitch.
I'm a bitchy boo. My man, is there anything?
Until we get to it, whatever. You haven't really gone through everything that we've been through. You haven't. You haven't pointed it all out.
Tannen, is there anything now that you want to plug before we get out of here? What you're doing?
I want to plug everything. Travis and I have gone through a lot of life events. Jesus. And I can barely even point it out. But you know what? He's got a house and he's married. And I'm doing pretty fucking good too. and just like, god damn, yeah, hit that like it's a like button or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, because I'm married.
Um,
Fucking do it because I'm married.
yeah, fucking do it. No, like fucking do it in general. Like, no, like
Well, we're not
we've
threatening
come a
people.
long goddamn way. I really feel like you're downplaying this shit, and I'm gonna go ahead and fucking outplay it.
Well,
Like,
I've always been in the camp that the more you talk about yourself and you try to build yourself up, the least people like you. So I try not to do that too much, Just kind
well,
of. But yeah, we have gone through the trials and tribulations. I'm proud of you. You're proud of me. I'm proud of all you guys for finding us. The 13 of you that have our good buddy. I know. I can name all 13 of you. I guarantee it. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging on to hope. We're not fucking going anywhere. Don't get it twisted. Don't let the Googles and the YouTubes and the bullshit try to think that the reset button's gone. We're not. We're only just getting fucking started, really. We've been doing this for a while, but we haven't even cracked the fucking surface as far as things I feel like we can talk about on the show.
not the new things. Like, yeah, no, like we are definitely.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Thank you for cutting me off, and putting it that way. No, I don't mean it like that, but fucking yeah. But yeah, we're fucking back, and we're not going anywhere, bitches.
Cue the Bobby Brown song from Ghostbusters 2. Because we're out of here, Tannen. The Reset Button, Season 4. We'll catch you guys next week right here. Reset Button Podcast. Take care. Have a great week. Thanks for listening.
Does it give me a higher love?
This episode of the Reset Button is brought to you by Far Eastern Shore Winery. It's good.